Lucky you.
You need to get a job.
Millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing.
This might be the smallest palace I've ever been in. We'll just have to find a way to make £50 billion on our own.
Welcome to my set.
Unemployed immigrant.
I've always wanted to know how to make it. Is that too advanced?
What the bloody hell is Gorgonstein?
You a grown-ass man. You can't still be living in your mama's house, Harry.
Oh, honey, do you remember the royal fairy tale that made the whole world swoon? That big royal wedding, the tiaras, the cathedral bells, and Meghan Markle walking into Windsor like a goddess? It felt like a dream. The Black Gospel Choir, the horses, it was chef's kiss perfection. But girl, give it a minute, cause the glitter faded real quick. Barely a year in, and the whispers turned to giggles. Soft at first, like someone nervously testing the mic at an open mic night. Then, bam, full-blown roars from the comedy clubs. Picture this, it's a moody London Friday. Comedian Simon Brodkin walks up, drops his usual grin and snaps, "After hearing Harry and Meghan's side of the story, I absolutely hate them." The crowd abrupted, like they were finally allowed to say what everyone had been biting their tongue about.
I watched the Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary. Now, I'll be honest with you, before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs. Now I've actually heard their side of the story, I f***ing hate them.
And just like that, the shiny fairy tale cracked. Once upon a time, we were all giddy about that carriage ride in Meghan's Hollywood meets Windsor glow. It was history in motion, but oh, how quickly the sparkle dulled.
Ginger Royal meets fit American actress. She then discovers that everything is so unfair. He then discovers that racism is actually a bad thing.
Between their romantic debut and that first Christmas card, something shifted, like a bad vibe at brunch. The tabloids hinted at diva drama. Rumors leaked staff stories, Netflix deals, whispered tantrums in tiaras. And when Brodkin's joke hit YouTube, no one came to their defense. In fact, people were loving it. The honeymoon, dead. The roast, officially on. Late night writers, they pounced. Trevor Noah joked the royal family's first black woman took one look at Harry and said, "You better get a job." Stephen Colbert teased that Harry's resume reads somewhere between retired Ginger and discount Hemsworth. Even the polite British panel shows got snarky. The avocado jokes, the private jet digs, it all just spiraled.
If you are a watcher of the royal family and you like secrets, you might want to sit down because this is a doozy. Meghan Markle has finally revealed why she and Prince Harry call each other M and H. What could it be? A mystery for the ages.
And Baba E, the audience couldn't get enough. Every week, a fresh story dropped, like Meghan demanding her blouse be ironed 10 times, not 9, one extra iron. The moment that rumor hit the airwaves, every late-night host had a field day. It was instant shorthand for diva behavior.
Is this a wrinkle I see in my blouse? Who the f ironed this? I told you to iron this shirt 10 times. It looks like you only ironed it 9.
Then there was Harry's big bombshell. I never noticed racism before Meghan. Excuse me, sir, were you asleep during colonialism? Jokes floated in gossip sites caught wind, and suddenly we had a full-on mockery feedback loop. 2020 rolled in and TikTok got its claws in. Viral videos had teenagers lip-syncing, Meghan yelling about jam and flour sprinkles over jars of Nutella. The vibe had shifted. This wasn't a fresh take on monarchy anymore. It was two camera-loving royals demanding silence with cameras rolling 24/7. Every sweet moment, Insta-meme. Every interview, punchline. The narrative was no longer Hollywood meets Windsor. It was two drama magnets who just couldn't stop talking. Then came their big shot, the Netflix docuseries. 6 overproduced episodes, drone shots of Montecito, slow-mo tears in soft focus. They tried to shift the narrative, but honey, the internet had already chosen the genre. Comedy. Viewers tuned in, all right, not to cry, but to cackle. Trevor Noah nailed it again. When your American wife tells you to get a job, she means an actual job, not a 12-part therapy session with a production crew.
And you see, this is what happens when you bring the first black woman into the royal family. Yeah. She looked at Harry and she's like, "You need to get a job. You need a job." You a grown-ass man. You can't still be living in your mama's house, Harry.
It all felt desperate. Harry talking about how hard it is to pay for private security. Meghan curtsying like it's Bridgerton, orchestral music swelling in the background, begging us to feel something. But most people were stuck in lockdown, broke and jobless. Though the only thing swelling was laughter. TikTok stitched their dramatic soundbites over luxury kitchen tours. YouTubers were pausing dramatic close-ups just to roll their eyes. Vulnerability? Nah. It came off as deluxe self-pity. And comedians? They smelled blood.
They were complaining they had to pay for their own security. They were not happy about that. Yeah, they were very worried about their safety, which I get that aspect of things. After 6 episodes, I wanted to attack them.
Stephen Colbert fake calculated their security budget and said he'd pay it in coupons and leftover Starbucks cards. Samantha Bee joked that maybe climate change would fix itself if the couple just stopped complaining. Even the sweetest Tea Daytime host couldn't resist sliding in some shady privacy influencer digs. Each Netflix episode became roast material, private jets, curated chicken coops, and of course, my truth. It got exhausting. Exit the monarchy, but keep the titles, bash the tabloids, then cash Spotify checks, suing the media while being the media. No one could keep up with the contradictions, except the comedians who turned each contradiction into pure gold. And when Harry dropped his now famous "I didn't notice racism before Meghan" line, again, Simon Brodkin's old punchline came roaring back. Memes flew. The sincerity was drowned in lulls.
He then discovers that racism is actually a bad thing.
By New Year's, the numbers told the whole truth. Massive streaming stats, sure, but even bigger meme stats. The docuseries was supposed to humanize them. Instead, it exposed every privileged blind spot, and comedy shows worldwide took that as an open invite to drag. And baby, drag they did.
What the f*** are you two doing here?
Hello, grandmother. We've returned.
Well, we're kind of packed. You snooze, you lose.
It's just for a few weeks until we get back on our feet.
Then came the real kicker. Animation. When HBO Max dropped The Prince in early 2021, it was open season on the Sussexes. Cartoon Harry stumbles into a teeny Los Angeles flat and deadpans, "This is the smallest palace I've ever been in." Twitter blew up because wow, even animated royalty couldn't handle real-life rent or Costco milk prices.
Hey.
Did you know it's cold in there?
Yeah, it's the refrigerator, Harry.
Must be an American thing.
It's not.
I have to tell you, this might be the smallest palace I've ever been in.
Well, it's an apartment.
And that wasn't even the juiciest part. Cartoon Meghan, all glossy-haired and glowing, casually tells Harry they'll earn £50 billion to stay afloat. 50 billion, like it's pocket change. It was supposed to be a joke, but honestly, after those Netflix and Spotify headlines, not even that far-fetched. That's why people laughed. Not because it was outrageous, but because it felt painfully real. These jokes hit different when they mirror what people already think about the couple. Grand, delusional ambitions with no clear plan. That's the punchline they unintentionally wrote themselves. Then came the condiment saga. Yes, condiment. Cartoon Meghan pitches housewives-style branding for, wait for it, ketchup. She wants to take LA by storm, but cartoon Lisa Rinna just sips her wine and reminds her that a thing called Heinz already exists, sweetie. And guess what? It hit extra hard because in the real world, Meghan was actually trademarking jams, honeys, even frozen treats. That line between parody and truth, gone. The ketchup punchline became the headline.
Oh, and I brought some of my homemade ketchup. I'm coming out with a line of condiments, ketchups, mustards, that sort of thing.
We're really taking LA by storm.
Yeah, and the show's been a great platform to help me promote my brand.
It's already a brand. It's called Heinz.
Comedy writers went wild. Next episode, Cartoon Harry's fumbling through a barista job, mistaking AA meetings for acting classes, and get this, giving his wedding ring to the public like some royal Robin Hood. Every single scene was a direct hit.
Milk? End of aisle 1.
For your kindness, sir.
Okay. What'd he give you?
Get away, it's mine!
Each gag mirrored something real, from climate change rants while flying private to launching meditation apps no one asked for, but the writers turned the cluelessness up just enough to make it absurd, yet still eerily plausible. People couldn't stop watching. Critics cried foul, called the show mean-spirited. They even said that the special, but sweetie, the timing was too perfect. While the world was still recovering from a pandemic, Harry and Meghan were out here airing grievances from their $14 million 0-cents mansion. That royal Christmas speech, replaced by complaints about security bills in the California sunshine. Cartoons didn't invent the mockery. They just held up a mirror and looped it.
People were saying meh. It's not meh. It's pronounced me. The H is silent.
By spring, YouTube channels were comparing real Sussex interviews to cartoon clips, and 9 times out of 10, people believed the cartoon more. Oof. Then, boom, Saturday Night Live pounced. Weekend Update's Colin Jost smirked into the camera and said Meghan's new show would feature her juggling legal briefs while supporting her unemployed immigrant husband. Audience, dead. Everyone knew exactly who that was. Everyone knew exactly who that was. Didn't even need to say his name.
NBC has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits, which will be set in Los Angeles. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
That same week, Family Guy took a swing, classic cutaway scene. A royal butler wheels in a giant Netflix check for absolutely no reason.
Sir, your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
Then Meghan chirps about a $4 million 0-cents Instagram ad for fast food. Just when you think it can't get more ridiculous,
babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post for Del Taco.
Harry mutters, shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense. Cut. Scene ends. Viewers lost their minds. The clip went mega viral. TikTok exploded with dance remixes. Twitter piled on with quote tweets, reaction videos stacked laugh on laugh.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
At this point, the ridicule wasn't just from edgy comics or animation nerds. It was mainstream now. Prime time, late night, TikTok, everywhere. If SNL and Family Guy are roasting you in the same week, sweetie, the satire floodgates are wide open. The fairy tale had gone full parody. Social media stats backed it up. Sussex satire got twice the engagement of any other celebrity roast. The top 3 beats every comic hammered: we want privacy, massive streaming checks, and Harry looking like he's permanently between jobs. Even sweet Amy Poehler, America's TV sweetheart, couldn't resist. While guest hosting, she quipped, wish Netflix paid women this much for actual acting. Onyx. Dropped. Behind closed doors, Hollywood writers whispered the truth no publicist wants to hear. The Sussexes had crossed from hot topic to punchline. And once you land in that bucket, oh, honey, it's very hard to climb out. But the knockout blow? It hadn't even landed yet, because South Park was about to drag them like no one else could.
We want privacy! We want privacy!
Hey, thanks for having us on the show.
It's so awesome to be here. It's great.
February 2023. South Park dropped the mic and the drum. The episode, Worldwide Privacy Tour. The targets, oh, just a red-haired prince and his social media-loving wife waving signs that read, we want privacy, while literally marching across a talk show set. It was savage, it was direct, it was instant meme fuel.
We want privacy!
Every few minutes, the animated couple crashed into another location: airport, runway, neighborhood, street, pub, chanting for solitude, drum kits in hand, megaphones screaming. It was madness. It was brilliant. And people couldn't stop laughing.
Privacy. We want privacy! We want privacy! Because we need some privacy! We want privacy! We want privacy!
TikTok made it go nuclear. That "we want privacy" chant got slapped onto Starbucks lines, LA traffic, subway stations. It was everywhere. The hashtag Worldwide Privacy Tour blew past 100 million views in 4 days. And the timing, oh God, it was a PR disaster, because just weeks before that South Park episode hit the airwaves, the Sussexes had announced another round of intimate podcasts to tell their truth and set the record straight. Well, South Park beat them to it and turned their whole media plan into a punchline before it even launched. You'll have to bury me in this crown before I hand it over to Charles. Then she orders Harry and Meghan to take the luggage upstairs. Like hired help. Mob boss energy. Ice cold. Meanwhile, real-life UK morning shows were playing the same animated scenes on loop. Anchors covering their faces to stop from bursting out laughing. Tabloids kept close watch on royal events. When Harry skipped a garden party, one commentator shaded him with, "He's probably at Starbucks learning water recipes." Oh God, someone made a meme out of it. Cartoon Harry asking, "How do you make tea?" while standing next to a box of LaCroix. This wasn't comedy anymore. It was muscle memory. People didn't need context. They just knew the beats. We want privacy. Empathy jam. Chicken coop confessionals. It was a roast loop. And every time the couple tried to pivot, the punchlines looped right back around. TikTok creators got meta with it. They slapped faux legal scrolls over their parody videos, then lip-synced the South Park "We want privacy" chant. Irony on top of irony. Satire became its own language. Even serious outlets couldn't resist joining the wink. One Guardian op-ed started with a fake legal warning, "The following may contain humor," then dove straight into analyzing how every Sussex narrative now passed through the comedy filter first, truth secondary, and by the holidays of 2024, late-night shows were spinning literal wheels labeled potential lawsuit or punchline is always landed on both. The bit worked because it wasn't even satire anymore. The audience knew the rhythm. Meghan trademarks empathy. The internet memes it. Harry talks about security. TikTok adds violin music. And anytime the couple hinted at another truth-telling project, comedians and creators sharpened their tags. Because jokes have mass, darling. Once they roll downhill, they flatten everything in their path. Even sympathy, even intent, even goodwill. A BBC sociologist put it best: public empathy is a finite resource. Burn it too fast and people move on. And that's what happened here. The Sussexes cashed in their fairy tale, and what's left? Parodies. Jams no one can taste, silence that sounds like marketing. And cartoons, always cartoons. That moment back when they walked onto the world stage in a tornado of confetti and cathedral bells, that glow, that promise, that magic. Now, the soundtrack is laughter. Simon Brodkin's snarl. Trevor Noah's job hunt joke. Cartoon Harry confused by apartments. South Park's drum chant, a bottle of ketchup hurled on a Bravo set, 7 years, one glittering fairy tale, now sealed in a meme vault. So, where does this leave us? With questions. Which joke hit you the hardest? Do you think Harry and Meghan can ever reclaim their story without it being drowned in eye rolls? Or has satire officially taken the throne? Drop your thoughts below, hit like and subscribe, because the next roast, oh honey, it's already being written, and you won't believe what's coming next.